Hey guys, Beauty Bricks bringing you guys another set review. Today we are talking about the potentially greatest set from 2024 that everyone loved universally and no one disliked. Well, okay, maybe a few people. But we are talking about set 75394, the Imperial Star Destroyer playset. We have had a couple of these in the past, but we're going to be talking about this set that came out late last year for the 25th anniversary of LEGO Star Wars, and it did come with a 25th anniversary figure we'll get into later on. Honestly, it's probably the best figure of the lot, but that shouldn't be the only reason why you bought this set. It was just one of the biggest ones for me personally. As you guys can see here, we do get 6 minifigures with the set by itself, and then the 25th anniversary figure, and we get the entire mini scale Star Destroyer. The set retails for $169.99 here in the US. And as you guys can see, it's decorated with the 25th anniversary box art. We got the Star Destroyer, we got the 25th anniversary logo, we have the Death Star here in the background, and the set is, set in the Return of the Jedi. So pretty cool, we get a nice little theme there. This is the most figures that we've gotten with a Imperial Star Destroyer. Before we've gotten, I think, Palpatine, Darth Vader, 2 Imperial Guards, and I think 1 officer and 1 stormtrooper, I think. I think it's been around that much. It's always been close, maybe 1 or 2 stormtroopers, but this is definitely a lot of figures for a larger set that we've gotten in the last couple of years. Just to think off the top of my head, the Bad Batch Cad Bane ship that was around 170, 160 came with 4 or 5 figures. And obviously a lot of these figures in this set are, we'll go into greater detail when we get to that point, but a lot of them I would say are like common, Imperial soldiers, officers. Nothing really stand out as that we have not seen before. Nothing that's game changing. All right, guys, so jumping into the build for this set, LEGO has really honed in on these MIDI scale sets that they've been releasing over the last year or two. And what I mean by that is there's a ton of detail packed into this set, and it still maintains the play features that, the average LEGO enthusiast will enjoy. We have the guns here that move on the sides of the set. You guys can see like this. We also have, there is no bridge in this set as previous versions of the Imperial Star Destroyer did have. All of that is actually tightly packed inside, and to get into the interior, you guys can just quickly pull off this large hull piece here, and you just unravel these. I will say the one thing that I like about this build that other sets didn't have is in the past, the way that the hull would wrap around the Technic pieces that would give it structure, they were attached underneath, much like the Imperial Star Destroyer, like the UCS set, and the Venator, how those panels would just be attached underneath. This set actually wraps around the entire set, which is really nice. It gives it a lot of strength, and it uses these little Technic axle pieces. And these 1x3 plates with holes in the middle that just allow it to kind of like clamshell around the set, which I think is really cool. As always, you guys do get your carry handle for this set. So if you want to move it, you absolutely can super easily, but there's also no problem with just picking it up from the bottom. The interior of the set does have some places for your troopers to go. We have this large glass panel in the back here. We have this hollow table here showing some ships fighting in space is what it's supposed to be showing you. We have tons of stickers around the sides of the set. And additionally, we have like 3 or 4 different chairs for your figures to sit in. So there is some interior, but I wouldn't say like the interior is functional. It's more just, it's there because they had to fill the space with something for the figures to do. And there really isn't much. There's really just the back right and back left sides. But it is nice for them to include some interior with the set. It's always nice when you see LEGO do something with it. They try to give us the ability to customize the space inside with what we would want to do. All right, guys, so to put the set back together, what you're gonna do is you're gonna take these flaps here, you're gonna rest them on top of the structure, just like so, and they may shift a little bit as you're placing them down, but they will rest where they're supposed to. And then you'll take the large hull piece, and you'll just have to slide it on really quick at an angle. It is a snug fit, but once you get it on, it just rests easy, nothing to worry about. There are stud shooters with this set. There are these gray pieces here that When you guys will load them, you press them, they'll flick up, and you can just let them go. And then obviously this set comes with 4 of them. You're able just to load them quickly if that's something you're super into. It's a common feature we have on a lot of our playsets now, but obviously it's something that I want to mention just because it is included. Overall, I will say the build of this set is really cool. It's nice that they included the turret pieces here that turn. I always like it when LEGO includes those little features because I think this set really looks really good. I mean, even the engines on the back of the set just look really good. There's nothing inherently wrong with the way this set looks. One of the biggest complaints people do have with this set is that it's small and it's a lot of money. And I will say that it is a lot of money for a set that in the past has been larger. But I will say, similar to the gunship we got last year, this set does just look really good. It's like a very screen accurate Star Destroyer, which at the end of the day is kind of what we buy Lego for, is to get these models, these replicas made in a way that we can enjoy them. And I think Lego really excelled with putting this model together. I don't think there's any problems with it, minus the interior. It's always something that Lego gives us the bones of something to make what we want. Inherently, that's what they want us to do. Let's go ahead and jump into the figures. All right, guys, so jumping into the figures here, obviously going from as the box presents them to us, we have Darth Vader here. He has he actually only has one facial structure on this on the back of his head. He just has the veins that were normal too. Obviously, you get his cape, you get his mouthpiece, helmet, lightsaber, whole shebang. We actually get arm printing and leg and torso printing with this set, which is pretty cool. There is actually one other named figure in this set, which is Commander Prodigy. I have never heard of this figure before. I may have been something made for this set. He also may be a figure that's loosely in Return of the Jedi, maybe only in a couple of scenes. I never hear Darth Vader refer to him by name, like we would with like Admiral Veers for Hoth and other sets. But obviously he is this figure here with the Imperial officer getup, and he only actually has one face as well, and he comes with a pistol. We get front and back printing with him as well, but no leg printing. The next figure we have is the Imperial crew member, which is this gentleman here who's basically in the same clothes he's in, but they're in gray with the same hat. And again, he only has one facial feature as well. Getting into the second half of the figures of the set, from left to right, we have the Imperial gunner, which actually has a really cool helmet mold, and this figure it fires all the turbo lasers. We've seen this figure for the Death Star, numerous of the Death Star sets, as even the person who fires the main laser beam itself. I have never seen them include this set as a Star Destroyer gunner, but it's definitely really cool to get in another one of these figures. I think it's been a couple of years since we've had this. We then get the Imperial Navy Trooper, pretty cool. And then we also get a Stormtrooper. And it's just nice that Lego has a distinction between the Shore Troopers, the Stormtroopers, and the Navy Troopers. The only thing that I would love for Lego to bring back is the Army Troopers that we had for the Solo film a couple years ago. But overall, the figures are all neat, but they're nothing super special, except for the last figure we're going to be talking about. It's probably the figure you guys probably bought this set for, which is the 25th anniversary Cal Kestis, with his blue lightsaber and his blue front and back torso here with his leg printing as well, his little orange hair, and unfortunately lacking a poncho. But it's a great figure that we finally are able to get. I know for years people have been asking Lego to make the Mantis from the game itself, but unfortunately we haven't got that far yet. Maybe a Lego Idea set will come out, or maybe we'll actually get a official set someday. But this figure is awesome. It's definitely a reason in itself to get the set if you don't already have a Star Destroyer. But this figure is great. I'm glad that we got it. I'm hoping that Lego will do more of this every year or every couple of years. I would love for them to bring out other figures we don't normally get to see, like before Count Dooku became evil from Tales of the Jedi. It would be nice to see just a handful of other figures that they could really flesh out our options that we have. I can't sing enough praises about this figure. It's just a shame that it's in a $160 set. I wish it was one of those things where you could buy the pack of all 25th anniversary figures, but that's kind of the gimmick, They want you to buy every set for the figure. All right, guys, so jumping into my final thoughts, I have the 75055 Star Destroyer here for comparison. As you guys can see, when I pick this setup, really easy to pick up from the front. It's this big, you know, decent size, good detail. And then when I pick this setup by its carry handle, because I'm very nervous to pick this setup, it's a little bit larger. Not super noticeable, but it is a little bit bigger. And I think it's bigger lengthwise, not necessarily like having a larger material. I'll do a separate video comparing the two. I'll compare a bunch of my Star Destroyers to see how it looks. But sticking strictly to this set, getting 7 figures, 1 super exclusive, and getting a super detailed Star Destroyer, I think LEGO did a really good job. For $170, obviously a lot of the figures are kind of lackluster, but Cal cast us, and it's always nice to get more Imperial officers for mocks or whatever we're going to use. However, the one thing I will say is, if you are someone that doesn't like this set, let's think about this in retrospect. The first one we got was in 2006, 2007, and it came with 5 or 6 figures. The one we got after that was this one, 75055, and it came with 5 figures. And then this one is 2024. So we're talking, 8 years from the first one and then a decade for the second one. Who knows when we're going to get another Star Destroyer, and it could be smaller, it could be larger. I'm not sure what 10 years is going to look like from now, but I will say that for right now, LEGO did a really good job with this set. I think the figure selection is great for a playset for someone who's trying to get into LEGO Star Wars, and for like a keystone set that releases every 3 to 6 months with LEGO Star Wars. They always try to separate their big sets so everyone has a chance to get them. I think they did a great job with this set. I know that if I was a kid wanting to get a set for Christmas right around the time this set came out, this would be a slam dunk as a parent to get for somebody. But I'd love to hear what you guys have to think about this set down in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you guys can see all my future uploads, and I'll see you guys in the next one.